to actually be themselves, not play under pressure. These boys, when they throw them in, they are being protected. There is no way a coach at Pirates has thrown these boys in a deep end, whereby you can tell this young man is struggling. I mean, there's one, what's his name? Is it Chisler? The boy who scored a scorch against Sunderland.
Dancing.
Yeah. Look how they protected him. Look how they introduced him. And vis-a-vis this side comfortable, and they were like slowly but surely bringing them on one by one, up until they found the rhythm and they reserve other players. But you can't say the same with Kaizer Chiefs. That's different. We're looking at the Pirates that was actually rolling, like a fine machine, just like that. And this side, it goes, stops. And you have these youngsters that are supposedly to be carrying the team. How do you expect this kind of player to be the one that rise above some senior players within the team or the club? And then the senior players are the ones that are supposed to have guided them, like I'm saying, like what is happening at Pirates. Yeah. But this side, we don't see such. And I'm not taking away anything from the boys, because we can talk like this here, but we don't know what might have been the problem there.
And then the one thing that Kaizer Chiefs had that they could have, put their salary on was how good their defense has been this season, right? Well, it all came to tatters this past week in the two games, because they went and conceded 5, Mark. You got a Quinica, you got a Miguel as well. You got all these so-called senior players that Doctor's talking about. It just didn't work. This is a Quinica here.
Yeah, certainly. Again, you look at Moremi just goes around and coasts past him way too easily. And you speak about their defense. Before this week started, they'd only conceded 6 goals in total. And now they've conceded 11. So they've almost doubled in 2 games what they've conceded all season. And so certainly the cracks are starting to show, especially defensively. But for me, the big problem is that they're on the back foot. They're always defending backwards. They're not defending forward. So every time the opponent gets the ball, the defenders are already running backwards instead of defending forward and pressing the ball up high.
Doggy, Miguel, he's a senior player. He came in on a big tour. We thought, hey, this is going to be great. Mark is going to make his way there to give us the talk. But talk to me about Miguel.
Miguel, what a fine young boy. He's a good player. Started very well. And I'm not too sure what might have changed. But the game is the teacher. We're looking at the behavior, how he behaves tactically and also mentally. A very good leader and all that. But then, at some stage, I would ask myself, why does he accumulate so many yellow cards unnecessarily? That on its own, it affects the performance, because now, here is a performance, you're giving us 90%. Now, for you to excel, you can't do that because now you're suspended. And that now, I think that might have been the problem, because at some stage, footballing problems, he had injuries, and then yellow cards.
Well, Dougie, let's see what Mark has got for us in the masterclass.
Well, the key word in our masterclass this week is the devil is in the detail. It's the finer moments. It's the finer things that make all the difference in the world. Now, this is in the 27th minute of... Is he available?
No.
He's not showing for it. Now, Quinica is available. But what is he pointing to? What is he showing? He's the option. But does he want the ball? His hand is gesturing elsewhere. That forces Nobo to turn. Because the man who's your outlet is basically, he doesn't want it, so you're forced to turn away. Now, Cheslett, where he was, he should be 2 yards to show that he wants it. Because if Nobo plays it in that line, Apollos intercepted. A lot of times you look like but you're not actually free. Now, what is Nobo forced to do? He's forced to turn and go back the other way again. When he goes back the other way, we look at the 2 center-backs again. What are we doing? We're directing traffic, but do we want the ball? Are we availing ourselves? Are we actually an option? No, we're not. Now, the very same man that was pressing Miguel, if Miguel had opened up, Mbutuma would have to follow him. That would open space for Ngobo to play. But because they haven't opened up, Ngobo has nowhere to go. And now look who wins the ball off of Ngobo. So basically what that means is Mbutuma closed down Ngobo and Miguel on his own. And that's not good enough. So the bottom line is, do we want the ball? Are we availing ourselves? Are we showing up? And at the end of the day, it's a body language and they're not showing. And unfortunately, it's systemic. And if they don't fix that, it's going to hurt for a long time. Now, we move on to Skukune. And we want to look at their defense. I spoke about the devil in the detail. Sometimes when you do the right thing, if you don't communicate, it can hurt you. So Sundown's first goal, beautiful ball from Modiba into Jaden Adams. Now, there's 3 players we're focusing on. Mkhize, Ndlovu, and Monare. Ndlovu, the center back. He's going out. Now, I want you to see. Look at the movement of Mkhize, number 15. Look at Mkhize. Ndlovu steps out. Who's he closed down? Jaden Adams and Allende. That means he's closing down the midfielders. What does Mkhize do? Mkhize slots into that center-back position. Beautifully. That's the right thing to do. But what does Ndlovu do? Ndlovu doesn't continue his action. Because he doesn't continue his action, that means Allende is now free. Mkhize's dropped in, and now you've got 6 Skukune players in a straight line. That opens up the space for Allende to have a shot and score an absolutely sensational goal. The devil is in the detail. Yeah. All Ndlovu had to do was continue and follow his man. You'll see exactly. Mkhize does beautifully, drops in. Ndlovu then should continue marking because now he becomes the midfielder. He doesn't do that, and unfortunately, they get punished for it.
Here's Mark Haskins at the Hask, and we call it the masterclass. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I know you want to know from the referee, was it a penalty? So, Shilo Sakusaseka will be back.
Was ruled offside. Was it correctly ruled offside? If we go and have a look there, you will see that the ball goes now to Da Silva, who then make a cross. So Da Silva is there making a cross. Is the player in front nearer to the goal line or not? We're going to draw the line and tell you whether the player is, you can see Dupreez in an offside position, but it is not an offense to be in an offside position. Let's go and have a look when he get a cross. Let's have a look. You can see that he's behind the ball. So therefore, the goal should have been allowed. It was not given as Sisasekang. Let's go to the next one. We're going to hand on the face. We have been telling Mudau that when you put your hand on the face, it's in the wrong position. Chanda Kofen. So now here is Mudau there using his hands as he moved. He was punished in the World Cup, in the AFCON, but now he's continuing with an open arms when he ran. Correct decision by the ref to give a yellow. You can see there. Correct decision by the ref to give a yellow. Let's go on now to Da Silva. There was a penalty appeal here between Hoto and Da Silva there. Let's see who kicked who. You can see Hoto's leg there is grounded and even touched the ball. So therefore, Da Silva made contact with Hoto's leg and he decided to swim at FNB Stadium. So when he swim, referee says, no, the leg is grounded, it's on the ground. Therefore, the player did not kick an opponent, did not trip an opponent. So therefore, correct decision by Eugene Mdlu not to give a penalty. Let's go to Mbata there. Mbata scored the goal as the last one there. Mbata scored the goal. People celebrated from Cape to Cairo that we're going to see Lalan Gadi flagging there for offside. So let's see. Yes, Lalan Gadi, they're saying offside. Was he correctly ruled offside? Let's draw the line. So when we draw the line, we'll show you that Mbata there is in an offside position. The head is nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. So as he played the ball there in an offside position, correct decision by the assistant referee to rule offside.
Togi, are you okay? Right?
No, you're right. You're right.
Sasekile.
Ngizathi na ukuthi ureview uyasasekisa.
Let's take a break.